Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another This Week at Bungie, aka TWAB, aka Where TWAB, and this is number 6 of Season of the Risen. I'm once again alongside G3 Tyrant
Hello.
and Pistachio.
Yo.
This week, we'll just dive right in, because it looks like we have a decent one here. Not super long, but definitely longer than the other one, so we'll just go right in here. It says this week it's Mechs versus Monsters Evolved. It's officially been over a month since the Witch Queen launched. Savathun has been defeated. Rolk dished out some literal kicks to the face in the Vow to Disciple. Worms have been launched. Weapons have been crafted. And Guardians have dug deep into the seasonal story. We had an Accolades trailer released this week with some fun quotes about the experience of playing the expansion. And they are proud of the Witch Queen, where it landed. And they're all very thankful for everybody who jumped in to play. They said, don't get them wrong, the game doesn't stop with some nice quotes, the train doesn't stop with some nice quotes about the game. The future is bright, and they have work to do as they reach further into the stars for Season of Redacted is just a couple of months out. And the team is working hard at tying down items and jamming through test passes. They said once they get a little bit deeper into the season, they'll start talking about what's to come in the sandbox updates, some general quality of life passes, and more. They have a few beats on their calendar to hit before then, spread between Grandmasters, Gambit Labs, Trials Labs, and Guardian games. Next week is a bit packed, so they're spending some time this week to break it down. First up, they're going to have a community vote to discuss. So, it's going to be Mechs versus Monsters Evolved. Well, they are just reaching spring, or we are just reaching spring, I might add. It's already time for us to start thinking about fall for the development team. So they all had a great deal of fun last year with the first armor set of community votes, the Dinosaurs versus Monsters. And truth be told, they didn't know what to expect, and after 200,000 votes were cast, Team Dino won with 81% of the vote. They said, but it's time to look forward to the Festival of the Lost 2022. So this year they're hosting their second community vote. It'll be hashtag Team Mechs versus hashtag Team Monsters. Players will have the opportunity to vote for a featured armor ornament set in Eververse, available to earn with Bright Dust or purchase with Silver. And anyone can cast a vote for either set. Has played since February 22nd of 2022 will qualify for a unique in-game emblem to celebrate the participation. It says monsters are clawing back after a long soak in some radioactive waste, but they seem to have evolved, emerging once more from the caves, lagoons, and swelled oceans of our world. Monsters are looking to make a comeback this year. Dinos may have won last year, but watch your backs. These monsters may be coming for you if they secure the win. Now they show a photo of the monsters here, which I will provide up on screen, which I'll go over now. Can you guys, I know Pistachio has seen the photo, as well as Tyra, and I don't know if you guys can pull it up right now to take a look, and we can go over them real quick. For my opinion, the Titan looks terrible. I just think it's an absolute mess. I don't know why there's fur on the legs. It just seems super out of place.
Talking about the monster one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the helmet is okay at best for me. The Warlock skin I actually like a lot. I think it's actually pretty decent, pretty cool.
Agreed.
And the Hunter, the chest piece, the arms, aside from like the hands and the legs and the helmet, are all complete carbon copy of the Dino set. It's literally the Dino set. Just the hands are different, but it's the same claws on the boots, but just colored. And or maybe we get the full 4 claws instead of, we might have had actually the nail, because it was a raptor that we were. So actually the toes are slightly different, the gloves are slightly different, the chest piece is the same, the the helmet piece looks to be virtually the same, and then the cape has the same raptor dino coming off of it. The only difference is it has the cool spine feature coming down the back of it, but aside from that, it's the dino outfit. So, and I don't see anybody talking about this online. Everyone's like, "Oh man, the Hunter outfit looks really cool," and whatnot. Like, but it's the Dino outfit.
I think it's because of the cape at the back that you get. I guess maybe that's why it's enticing people.
It is, but like you still get that overhang of the top of the Raptor if you want to wear it.
Like, what is it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a kaiju. like a giant creature, monster, alien monster, whatever. Like if you've seen, what's the Pacific Rim? You seen Pacific Rim? Or Godzilla's a kaiju
I
technically.
guess.
So
Okay.
go with
Yeah,
Godzilla.
it
It's just a giant monster. That's what it's supposed to be based off of. But it's to me, it's the raptor skin. So aside from the piece that goes down, but like, well, that's the only piece I like about it is the spinal piece. But you'd still have the raptor head hanging off the top of your dome, without the bottom jaw because the bottom jaw is locked into the mask. You can even see it in the photo. Like it's for me. It's not for me. Like I already have the Dino outfit. Like I don't feel like I need this one. So, but the Warlock looks
what's
great.
the Titan supposed to be?
An idiot.
An ogre, a Cyclops. It's supposed to be a Cyclops. So, but it looks like they went for like centaur legs or not. What? Not centaur. Is it a centaur? Is that I'm thinking of? What's the half goat? No, it's not a centaur.
Yeah, I think that is a centaur, my friend. Half horse or whatever, half human.
No, yeah, that's a centaur. Or no, but it's like the smaller goat version, not like the full horse. I think it's like a cider or something. I think it's a cider. It's I can't. I'm getting
Jackal.
it. Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up. But either way, like it looks terrible. But moving on, they have the mechs.
I don't like it.
They said mechs entered the fight. Guardians are all about protecting humanity, but sometimes they need a little extra armor while engaging the battle against what some would call monsters hiding in the darkness of other worlds. Mobile suits aren't just for canceling the apocalypse, mind you. They're also for show. I like these. I think the Titan looks great. I think it's going to look great with Lion's Ramparts. So you already have an exotic to use with it. The Hunter looks great. For some reason, it's really giving me Cade vibes. It might be because like the horn coming off the top of my dome, which is part of the cape. But I'm really enjoying the chest piece, the arms, and the boots heavily, and like the whole thing. I'm enjoying it. And the Warlock, I think, looks great. The Bond though looks like the exact same Bond from the raid, just reskinned or recolored, not even like barely reskinned. But
Well,
Yeah, like I
me
don't know. I
looking
think
at
the
these-
Titan looks good.
Yeah, me looking at these, like I see like almost an instant inspiration of like the original Gundam. Maybe one of like the I don't want to say like Tuggies from Gundam Wing, but I can definitely see a lot of inspirations from the original Gundams on that suit. I can even see the Gundam 00 inspiration kind of from the Kyriosis suit from Gundam 00 on the Hunter. I have no idea what the Warlock is looking like. Honestly, I think the Warlock's monster outfit looks a lot better than the mech one, to be honest with
I
you.
think we all agreed on that. I think, yeah.
But if I was to vote, I'm gonna vote for the mechs easily. I'm a mech nerd. I'm sure everyone has realized that now. 10 seconds into the conversation when I'm comparing it to my favorite animes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like I have to go
I'll
mech,
always say mech wins.
100%. Which is a shame because, yeah, the Warlock monster actually looks really good. I think they really crushed the design of that one fully, especially considering last year's. Last year's, the swap monster looked like hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Yeah.
And knocked it out, which I know that sounds mean, but like because that's somebody's creation, but not for me.
Yeah, man, it's just not for me. Yeah. Again,
I don't know. Really,
mean,
even the mechs, like the only one that's like doing anything for me here is the Titan. Like the other two are just, I don't know.
yeah, to me, the Titan is the best one out of the mechs.
These are also concept, keep in mind. The final pieces will look slightly different. The same thing with the dinos, that they did come out different than the concept.
Oh, okay.
So
these
are subject to
still room
change.
for improvement.
But the looks like the monsters got a lot more love, like in terms of detail, like just little detail etched in to them. You can see like the mechs look like a very rough sketch in a sense.
Yeah. Again, I'm very curious where they got the inspiration from the mechs. I really would love to know like what they're referencing in those ones. The monsters,
The Warlock almost looks like a paladin knight kind of mech, almost like an Escaflowne kind of one that you'd catch or something.
I mean, this one's a little bit more sophisticated compared to the Gymelis and back in Escaflowne.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get what you're saying though because of the like it does have the I guess I don't want to say like the skirt, but it does have its little waist
Even like the
cape
boots, they look very like knight
and the
like.
like pointy boots and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can definitely see why you would say that.
Yeah. So they say
Overall,
to.
both of them aren't better than the Dino ones. So
Yep. I think that from what I've seen online, it's Team Mech. It's Team Mech all day. I think it's gonna be another landslide. So.
aye, sounds good to me, man.
Start saving your
You got
bright
my
dust.
bright
Start
test.
saving your bright
Yeah,
dust. Yeah.
when I actually turn the game on.
Yeah. When we come back, we're done with Elden Ring. We're finally willing to take a break.
I don't know, man. I'm already almost 100 hours in. I feel like I'm not done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like at 92 hours,
It's.
and I'm just at the last boss.
Yep. I haven't even see. I have more than that, and I'm not even at the boss. I have well
You see?
before the final boss to go.
Yeah.
Here we are. They say to get the to vote, you just have to make sure you're signed up for the Bungie emails. Watch your emails for a chance to vote, and that's it. The Broken Barriers emblem will be distributed to all characters, and then the winners will be announced at a future date. They do show an emblem here. I'm not sure if this is the emblem that they're talking about, the Broken Barriers emblem. I will toss a photo of this up on screen. It might be. But we'll keep an eye out for that, and we'll just move on for now. They say last call for Unbroken. Survival is the name of the game when it comes to their competitive Crucible playlist, and they offer powerful rewards to players who take on the challenge each season as they reach for the power cap, alongside a slew of new triumphs to earn. For those wishing to display their Crucible mastery, they offer the Unbroken Seal and title. It takes 3 full seasons of reaching legend in competitive playlists, along with other triumphs triumph requirements to earn the Unbroken Seal. This week, they'll have a short update from the development team on the future availability of this seal. So for Season 19, they are taking a pass on Glory and how players engage with it in the Crucible. What playlists offer Glory? What do players earn? Or how do players earn it? What does becoming a legend look like? While they can't answer any of these questions yet, they want to plant a flag in the sand for the time frame. As part of the updates for Glory, the Unbroken Seal and title will be retired. Due to the multi-season requirements of Glory, reach Legend Season 3 times in a row, Season 16, i.e. right now, will be the last season for players to start their journey to Unbroken. As such, they want to keep players informed on their plans. So that means that's Season 19, so that's 3 more seasons from now, and each season is roughly 3 months, so this is like end of the year we're talking when this is coming out. So it's not coming in anytime soon, but it's in the works. They said that currently the Unbroken Seal requirements are significantly more time consuming than any other seal, and they would like to bring it into line with other seals. Players who attain the seal prior to its retirement will still be able to display it, including a gilded count. They are intending on replacing it with a similarly challenging Crucible seal, just with less required multi-seasonal commitments. They will have more information on that as they get closer to Season 19. So they said if you're just starting your march towards the Unbroken title, now is the time to get your Legends ranks completed in the competitive playlist. They have a reminder each season to keep players informed and will provide updates on their future Crucible plans over the next few seasons. In the short term, they do have another title coming to the Crucible, and they know you're howling, in specific words, for a bit more information, but expect additional details on that when we get to a closer to the next season. So, Howling title?
Not forgotten. Luna's house coming back.
I don't know. A week for
If
ritual.
it does, I'm gonna have to go back to hand cannons.
But you never left hand cannons.
Yeah, I did. I've been maining the messenger for like since its release.
Yeah.
You can look on my stats. Hand cannon's not even in my. I don't even think the hand cannon's in my top 5.
I might have to peep this.
It might be in my top 3. No, it's not in my top 3 for sure. Not in my top 3 for sure.
I'll have to check this out. Say a week for rituals. Next week, They have quite a bit going on in the ritual game of Destiny 2. Grandmaster Nightfalls make their first appearance of the season, along with their first Gambit Labs week, and if that's not enough, they also have Trials Freelance taking place next weekend, so there's something for everyone. Grand Masters of the Universe for Season of the Risen Edition. On Tuesday, April 5th, Grandmaster Nightfalls will make their return to Destiny 2. For those who that may not have taken on a Grandmaster Nightfall before, this activity is at the top of the mountain when it comes to strike content. Here is a quick breakdown. Grandmasters will require a total of 1575 power. You'll want to maximize your pinnacle power and get some bonus seasonal artifact power before taking on the challenge. Combatants can take more hits, deal more damage, and are far more aggressive. Champions will appear in many encounters, so be sure to work with your team as you build your loadouts. Revives are limited, so you'll want to be careful and strategic as you make your fight through each encounter. Darkness will slowly encroach on your ability to revive teammates, so don't take too long as you make your way to the boss. And of course, what would the challenge be without a nice little loot at the end? So the Conqueror Seal and title can be earned for those who complete the Grandmaster Nightfalls and the associated challenges. If you've already completed Conqueror, you'll have the ability to gild your title as well as by completing all of the other Grandmaster Nightfalls during a given season. As a reminder, if you are gilding, all Nightfalls will immediately become available to complete, no more waiting until the end of the season. Next week, they're having some returning nice Adept Rewards. The Palindrome and Plug 1 are making their return and will be available to drop once you've completed the activity. Adept Weapon Mods, Ascendant Shards, and Enhancement Prisms can also be earned upon activity completion. There will also be double Vanguard rep. Will start flowing in next week, so if you're enjoying the reputation rewards from Zavala, it'll be a great time to run through some Nightfalls or a quick jaunt through the Vanguard Ops playlist. They want to talk about Gambit Labs, and we have the Invasion swap coming. So next Tuesday, the Gambit Labs will be making its first appearance in Destiny 2. Now that they've gotten a slew of bug fixes and some other minor tuning taking place with the last few hotfixes, it's time to hit the labs. I actually need to go take a look at the hotfixes and see if they have fixed everything, because if like the what's the Luna something, the exotic hand cannon, the solar one. Ariana's Vow. Sorry, not Luna. Ariana's Vow.
I was like, what?
It's one tapping. It's the dome, and the Hawk Moon, like with only a times one was one tapping. So like I hope they fix that before this Gambit Labs. They say both Gambit matchmaking nodes, main and freelance, will be updated to feature Gambit Labs Invasion Swap. This iteration of Gambit will change who gets Invasion during the moats phase of the activity. When a given team reaches 25 and 75 banked moats, the opposing team will be given one Invasion each time, one at 25 and one at 75. And no, you can't stack them anymore. They already made a note on that, so you can't just wait and go. You either use it or lose it, they said. Strategies might change in few ways for both invaders and bankers, so going for a large blocker to start, stagger large and small blockers to keep your opponents on their toes, maybe invade immediately when the opposing team banks enough moats, or stick back to fighting blockers and wait for them to build up a few moats. They're excited to see how players take on the twist. Gambit reputation will also be doubled for the week that Gambit Labs is active, so they appreciate everyone who's been hopping back in and checking out all the changes they've made to Gambit since the season has begun, and they are looking forward to the continued feedback around the mode as more labs begins to roll out. Do you guys have anything to say about Gambit?
Gambit sucks.
Wow. Okay. That's your opinion. You can have that. Pistachio.
Yeah, no, I wasn't having very much fun with it either. Yeah. No. No. Like,
I'll say I had more fun last season than this season with Gambit.
Repetitively Gallon-horned.
Yeah.
And then if it's not that, apparently, yeah, the Ariana's Vow. It's cool.
Yeah. I definitely had more fun last
more
season
fun
than this season, I'll say.
Yeah, like I don't know. The envoys, they come up way too often. Like,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think it's enough that like if an invader kills people, that the primeval gets its health back. But like the fact that you have to go through the whole envoy phase again, and it's like, in all honesty, with the ammo drop that happens during that thing, whoever knows where it is.
Yeah, so one of the random
Like
spots.
like I always miss the thing, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So it's like when you have to repeat the envoy, or the envoys, then it just gets ridiculously frustrating because like I don't have any ammo to deal with anything anymore because, well, Gambit, we decided to give you an ammo box so you don't get ammo drops anymore. Who thought that one through?
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully, the community is pretty much kind of in the same. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the same thing, and then because of the changes they've had to make to the heavy ammo economy, it's affecting PvP as well, and rockets there as well now. So it's just something needs to be done about to come up with it, or some sort of moda, because it's just clearly not working fully. I mean, if you love Gambit, all the power to you. Don't let us discourage you from playing it. Like, if you just keep playing the mode you love. But it does seem like a good majority, at least from what I've seen, the loudest voices are saying that they're not a fan. So moving on.
My opinion definitely doesn't matter. I've never liked Gambit, so
You're a little biased that you didn't even give it a chance.
I'm
I've
just
enjoyed
saying,
Gambit
I've
for the most
never.
part. So
I mean, I'll play it. I'll. It was only to get malfeasance, and even then, that was. Oh boy.
yeah, the meatballs.
You were right to move on. It's
Yeah.
getting me annoyed.
Yeah. Trials Freelance. Next Friday, April 8th, Trials Freelance will return, and this playlist consists of solar players only. So keep your head on a swivel. Communication will be limited, and you never quite know which one of your teammates will be a lone wolf. It says this offer will appear as an additional matchmaking node in the Crucible Director. Grab your desired passage from Saint 14 in the tower, maximize your power, and give it a try. End up in a group with a guardian you vibe with. Keep an eye out for messages and party invites, as they've seen some great stories about players teaming up after a match and reaching the lighthouse. They said, as always, they'll be watching player feedback as to whether you hit Grandmasters, Gambit Labs, or Trials Freelance. They're looking forward to hearing our thoughts. Moving on, another hotfix in the pipe. So they had hotfix 4.0.0.6 going live on Tuesday, on April 5th. It is happening at the standard times at 9 a.m. Pacific, and at 9:45 Destiny's brought offline. At 10 a.m. the hotfix will begin to roll out, and at 11 the Destiny 2 maintenance will be finally completed. They said there's a Windows 7/8.1 update since the launch of Witch Queen. Some players on Windows 7 and 8.1 have been unable to enter the game. This issue should resolve in next week's hotfix. Account security. Account security and best practices are the most effective way to ensure the protection of a Destiny account's guardians and their items. Players encouraged to use their platform security features to keep access to their accounts secure. You can visit their account security guide for information on Bungie.net and under the profile security. In addition to Bungie.net's profile security, the guide also has information for two-step authentication and privacy settings for all platforms. Never give out your password or email account to anyone. Bungie will never ask for this information, and never click unknown links from untrusted sources. They have a few known issues that they'd like to report. They said when attempting to import friends from other platforms for Bungie friends, some platform displays an error and cannot import the friends. The reckless endangerment can't be reacquired from collections after dismantling it. The renewal grasps damage buff doesn't always work inside a Duskfield grenade's area of effect. Shadows sometimes appear when entering new areas, resulting in very bright rooms on the Xbox Series X and PS5. The Mnemosine lore book. That's a tongue twister. Probably didn't say it right. for completing the Altar of Reflection activities won't unlock the last 2 lore pages. The Eyes of Tomorrow rockets can sometimes stay in front of players instead of launching, exploding in front of them. That is freaking hilarious. That is, imagine being like, I am locked on to like 4 people and you just launch 4 rockets and then you just get absolutely blown up by your own rocket. Oh man, that's tough. And it would be very upsetting in Gambit. Oh. But that's hilarious, I gotta say. The Lucent Executioners are not rotating daily and have been stuck in the Fluorescent Canal. I was gonna say, I haven't found any of these Executioners people. The Memory Alembic quest doesn't give refined qualicore when completing it after the first week. Combatants sometimes don't spawn after entering the Dark Forest area in the EDZ PsyOps Battlegrounds arena if players use sparrows too quickly to enter the portal. It is recommended not to rush to the portal so that combatants can be spawned in. They said Legend PsyOps Battlegrounds does not advertise matchmaking is off. And the Report Alter Reflect quest can become blocked if players not on the correct step join into another player that is currently on another step of the quest. And for a full list of the issues, go to the Known Issues article. Aside from that, we once again have the movies of the week, which are absolutely fantastic as always. We have our Artists of the Week, which is my favorite part of the segment because I just absolutely love to see what the community comes up with. And then they said, to finish it off, they want to say, cap those zones. What are your plans for the weekend? I was running through my chores list yesterday and just slightly groaning at the notion of trimming trees, sweeping pine needles away from the walkway, and washing windows. While somewhat tedious, I do know a treat will be waiting for me at the end of my labors. They have their first trials lab of the season coming tomorrow. Well, April 1st, no idea when you are reading this, so it might be specific. You'll be listening to that today. They said Zone Capture is making a return alongside some double trials reputation. No major tweaks to the mode, just a fun spin to push players out of cover or to take a different approach to a given map as they seek a trip to the lighthouse. They said they'll likely be rolling solo a bit to prep for Freelance next week, so feel free to throw them an emote if they match up. Let's stick close together and shoot the same targets. Who knows, maybe they'll snag it up. Otherwise, they said there's rep to earn and engrams to focus. Cheers from DMG. And that concludes the TWAB. So a bit better, bit longer than last week's. You actually had a little bit to discuss instead of it just being me reading it. So that was a bit better. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Stop working on Gambit and work on Crucible.
It's a fair statement. Stature.
Like,
no, go on.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
Stash,
go on.
But like, yo, work on Crucible. If I did not have Elden Ring in my life right now, and Fortnite didn't get changed the way that it's been changed, and I was stuck with just playing Destiny right now, I'd be very, very upset.
Mm-hmm.
I need Crucible to be in a good space. Like, I am not a PvE main. Like, I have tried. I have really, really tried, and I can't do it. I even went and played Trials by myself. Okay, for hours. And just dealing with the foolishness that's there now. Especially now that the bow has the quick swap glitch or whatever the hell it's doing. And I'm getting one tapped by a hand cannon and a bow. Like, it's honestly like, I just need balance in my life to some shape or form. Like, I get it, the power fantasy and mods and full customization, but let's call a spade here. Lorenz driver's still annoying. The bow hand cannon combo still annoying. The glory thing is not worth doing. I don't care about a title underneath my name. Like, Crucible sucks. Like, that's just what it is. Iron Banner has done nothing. 2 weapons that I got before Iron Banner even showed up because I held on to my engrams.
You're right.
And a weapon perk and armor perks that only work in the mode.
Yeah.
Like, who thought of that? Not even to give it like a secondary perk in case I'm not playing Iron Banner?
Mm-hmm. Like even
Yeah.
something just for Crucible in general.
God,
Even the
man.
trials ones you can use outside of trials. So
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
It does not make any sense.
And I also find it funny that they went for the remove from radar thing when that was a lot of people's big complaint about the hunter invisibility is that the fact that they're removed from the radar. And then they just like, we'll just give it to everybody who are using this. So it was a weird thing to do.
Bro, don't even get me started
I,
with Void Hunters right now. Like, that's not even the tip of the iceberg. I literally played a 6v6 match with Crucible with my Titan, and I held a base by myself. Just standing there behind my shield. And you know, I remember vividly when me, you, and Immortal were playing Trials, and we had to play on Cauldron, and it was a Warlock with a Empowering Rift, a Warlock with a Healing Rift, and Lorenz drivers and bows, so they can just one-shot us as soon as the door opens. Like, how is that fun? How is that balance?
yeah.
Oh, that
And
sounds
now
like
when
a
I
whole
go
lot of brutal.
and now because of Gambit's problems is now bleeding into the Crucible, I had literally picked up a Warcliffe coil and got 2 bullets in it. So guess what everyone's doing? Oh, we get 2 shots in it if we kill the guy and have a rocket scavenger on? Let's just use the good old galley.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to reload after shooting the first shot. So, if I miss one, I'm going to get you with 2.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Like, I've gotten to the point of just annoyed beyond belief with Destiny. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all did great with the raid, y'all did great with the campaign. I love the campaign. In fact, it was the most challenging campaign experience I've had, period, playing Destiny outside of the raid. I loved it. But God, please. I've been waiting for almost like I could literally say years for the Crucible to be in a place that's actually enjoyable.
Yeah.
And like I don't get it. Why Gambit is a dying playlist. Like it I'm sorry. It's a dying playlist. They haven't made it worth doing since Malfeasance was done. Like it hasn't been worth playing in it. You don't get any real rewards for doing it. And it's the same thing with competitive.
Yeah, like agreed. Like I don't. If I'm on Destiny, I'm not like, oh, like I'm done stuff for the week. All right, let me go play more Gambit. Nah, nah,
like
nah.
like who are they kidding? Like between both playlists where they sunset all of our weapons. And granted, Mountaintop was annoying. Not Forgotten was annoying. Just tune it. Just fix it. Sunsetting these weapons was not the answer. And then we got nothing back in return.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're jamming us with a bunch of weapons now. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's and there's never even been anything like
hydration, bro.
of that scope either.
Yeah, like of that caliber of a weapon, man. Like I've got
And
a
something to
million
chase
survivors
in Crucible.
epitaphs. None of them were worth using.
Yeah.
Like I got Stars and Shadows. It was an amazing pulse rifle for like what, a month, and then the Messenger came out with Desperado. So it was like, why even use that weapon now? Like every time they might have given you something in the regular Crucible playlist, Trials obviously is just gonna beat it out at this point, since they're the only ones getting all the rework perks or all the special perks that were on our ritual weapons beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before just Trials decides to say, let's just bring back the health ability from Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten and just put it on a Trials hand cannon.
Yeah.
In the hardest playlist possible to get anything. Granted, we have done it back to back to back 7 weeks straight, and then we stopped because we got everything. So what is the point of playing trials after I do that?
Especially if
Then
you
high
got the
five my
roll of the
friends and say
weapon you want
cool.
to.
I've had the Messenger God roll, just a regular version, for years, since the launch of the previous DLC Beyond Light.
Yeah.
And
And there
it's
you go.
like,
Yeah, it still
cool, let's
serves
go
you
get
well.
the Adept. We've tried to get the Adept, haven't gotten the God roll once. So I said, I don't care anymore. I already have the roll I want anyways with the Messenger.
Yeah.
And because you add a new origin trait, now I gotta go re-get it again?
Yep.
Instead of just applying the origin trait to the weapon that I've only been using for a year.
That was my big problem. I wish they added the origin trait to it, because like, especially for people that like to have like the stats on their guns, like some people have like 100,000 kills with their weapon. Oh well, I have to delete it now because my new one has an origin trait, and I have to get the same god roll on it now.
Like,
So it's
that's
just
what
like,
happened to my
yeah,
bygones. I had like almost 13,000 kills on the damn thing. And then they sunset it.
yeah,
Like, I don't know, bro. I really don't. And it's like I have all this pent up aggression with the game because it's like I there are times I have so much fun and I'm like, yo, I want to play Destiny, and then I boot it up and I say, screw that, I'm just gonna play Elden Ring and get my ass kicked to a boss for an hour. I'd rather do that.
that's more enjoyable, which is crazy.
Like, there's like, again, like I'm at the point of Elden Ring where I'm at the end and I'm stuck. So
Yeah,
it's like I rather walk around the world and do miscellaneous crap to get miscellaneous weapons. I just did a quest to get an armor I'm never gonna wear. Just because I want it.
But see, there's the key. You did the quest, you got the item.
Jesus, man.
It's as simple as that. It's that you put time in and you got what you wanted, and not here just continue beating your head off the wall and hopefully it'll eventually drop for you.
Like I don't know, man. I really don't.
Telling you, if Destiny wants to be like the best it will ever be, it just needs to remove RNG from the game.
And like,
Simple.
don't get me wrong, like I see the argument why we want it there. Because when Destiny 2 launched, I had every single weapon in the game. And there was no reason to play. Right? Like, because the rules were all static. You got what you got, and there's no reason for you to go back and try and get it again. So the replayability of the game was hurt, and hurt bad. Right? So it's like, I get that part. Like, I really, really understand why they decided to bring RNG back to the fold in terms of like weapon rolls and all that other stuff.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Right?
I'd rather get something and just make it better.
But yeah, like, I don't know, man. To me, it's like I feel like what they probably should do at this point, now that they have a real crafting system in place, is instead of just like, if we can get a base drop of the gun, like I don't care what role it has, but just make all of its perks and abilities available for crafting, and then I would understand why the crafting of the weapons are so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Because looking for a deep sight weapon has been like a mission in
Oh, it's
itself.
literally the reason I haven't touched the game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I just don't even like. I don't even want to try anymore. Like, it's just not worth it. And then hydration. To correct me if I'm wrong, but they put a protection on it, and I still don't have anything.
Yep.
So it's like, dude, like Destiny is a one of a kind game. Many have tried, and all of them have failed. Okay, I will take nothing away from Destiny in that regard. It's the champion of the looter shooter game genre. But all I'm asking is for a win in my PvP column, please. That's all I'm asking, because then maybe I can suffer through the RNG portion of the game. I know I don't speak for everybody here, especially not you, Pistachio, since you are primarily PvE. But I need a win somewhere here, dude. Like, it's really, really annoying. Like, especially when they keep promising us time after time after time after time. and we have gotten nothing. For God's sakes, they brought back maps. Saying Jesus, they're both maps that aren't any good.
Like, I don't overly mind the one.
I personally enjoy both, but that's just me.
Not the one with the caves. Don't like that one. That
Yeah,
one.
the one on Felwinter's Peak I hate the most.
The other one I'm okay with, but yeah, no, like I don't know. Like Destiny's not my kind of like PvP shooter, but at the same time, like I feel like if I wasn't going in and just getting hit by a bow and a hand cannon, a bow and a hand cannon, a bow and a hand cannon, an invisible hunter, maybe I would have more fun.
Yeah,
Maybe I would play it more often.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, I just feel like at this point, something's got to give. Because Destiny can't keep taking. It's all it's been doing. Bungie is the taking king, and it's just taking my damn time. Like, I can't do this song and dance forever. Like, I'm willing to give it this year and just hope somewhere, somehow, PvP gets some love.
Yes. Well, hopefully. I mean, again, it doesn't seem like it's coming till season 19, but we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer, unfortunately. But yeah, we've extended it by like another almost 20 minutes here, so we'll wrap it up here. Any final thoughts, fellas? Please, brief.
No, I'm chilling.
No? Alright. Well, that'll do it for another TWAB, aka Where TWAB, aka This Week at Bungie. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, it'd be absolutely wonderful if you could hit that like button, and please do consider subscribing to the channel for more content in the future. But until next time, have yourselves an absolutely wonderful day. And as always, stay hydrated, as hydration is key.
I know I need a goddamn water bottle.
Alright.